Now I'm walking out of the property towards the road. I know that if the property was a rectangle, that this side of the creek is about a quarter, maybe slightly more, but about a quarter or a third of the entire property. As the creek cuts across on a bit of a diagonal on an angle, so it's wider at the road and probably comes to a sliver point at the back. And it's interesting that there's so much snow there. It's a little bit of a low spot, and it must not get any sun. And here must get more sun right in this spot. It's really telling to notice these kinds of things, you know. If you could really get acquainted with a property before you ever built on it, spend some time on the land. First of all, you notice where the sun comes and goes at the different times of the day. But things like this is an interesting nuance, you know, that you would only see at a very very small sliver of time between, you know, it could be a couple more days and most of the snow would be gone. Maybe a couple weeks maximum. Shows you the warmer spots on the property and the more sheltered. This is obviously more sheltered, but that has its advantages too. So, well, I can't believe I'm talking so much. I'm just, you know, I got up, last night I went to bed and I said, now's the time, tomorrow morning, get up and go to this property. And this property is about a 3-hour drive from my house. And right across the road from this property is a lake. On the other side of the road, most of the properties are cottages that back out onto a lake, but there's a couple spots that the lake comes up almost right to the road. And on the way to this property, and all good roads by the way, the main highway is excellent, but even the smaller roads seem very good. And I noticed very close to here a township building, which must have some snow clearing equipment. But yeah, right close to this property is also a boat launch. There's a road that goes down very close to here, and if you carry on and just walk a little bit past, my phone is telling me I have a low power mode. If you drive a little bit past this property, you pass by another lake, and then I thought the lake was on the left, but then I noticed there was lake on the right. And on the way here, I passed another lake. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful land. There's a big, I don't know, that looks like a beech. I think it's a beech tree or some type of birch bark, but it looks like beech maybe. There's a dead cedar. It's a habitat tree. That one looks like maybe a fir. There's a beautiful, tall, straight, beautiful tree. Also looks like a beech or some type of birch. I don't know those trees very well, but see, that's a white birch. I guess that's maybe just a different, I mean, that one's so easily to recognize, those two there. This guy And of course the sun. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that I decided to come out here and check this out. I think that I am, you know, I think I'm ready for the next big adventure in my life. Get off the internet and stop wasting my time on Facebook and reading crappy news and sitting around on the couch doing nothing. Make something happen. Make something beautiful happen. This is all, the white over there you can see is all actually where the creek comes out to. And it's quite a large area. You can even see those beaver dam hills. I think they're beaver dams. And I think that's all on this property. Now I have to, this is kind of a new wire, looks like. Now I have to cut across. Oh, almost stabbed myself. And this is all water down there. It's my car. I was smart enough to buy a TDI just before the scandal. There's a beautiful rock cut there. There's also a rock cut on the front of the property over here. What do they call that? Precambrian shield. And then over here, this is all frontage on this property. And I think it has a lot of frontage. I think the frontage over here to my right is quite small. And this one, I think it goes quite a ways up here, quite a ways past this. And I would suspect that this is as high as it will ever get. I know down here, the catch basin on this side, the water, here's a catch basin. The water is just below it. Just below it. But it's all flowing in over there. Here's that other, the outlet of that first catch basin. It's moving quite rapidly. But this, there's a second culvert under the road. It's a higher one. It's moving a bit. And I think there's a double one up here. Oh, here's another one. That's a third one. It's a big one. And then there's a couple up here. And they are totally submerged. The water is going higher than they are. It's coming out quite aggressively over there. You can see this is going into the lake right here. So here is two culverts. Did I think there was two? Yeah, there's two. There's a low one. There's a vortex. And there's another one. The water's above them both. This is all on this property. That creek. I'd really like to know how much fall there is on that creek if I could do some type of, I don't know what it's called, but it's a harnessing the water for some electricity with a little turbine. Okay, I better shut this off before my battery's dead. I've done enough damage for today. Thank you for watching. Oh, those are the beaver. I think, what do you think? There's two there, and there's one in behind. Are those beaver? habitat. Makes sense to me. I can't imagine what else they would be. Thanks for watching. Give me your comments below and your ideas, suggestions. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, bye.